Aadinat Lokeshwar of Chobar, White Machindranath Janabahadi of Kathmandu, Red Machindranath Bungadya of Patan, Shrestikarta Lokeshwar of Panipa, and Aadinat Lokeshwar Chovadya of Chobar are the four Lokeshwars of Kathmandu Valley, in which two of have white faces and two have red faces. Chobar's Lokeshwar is compassionate with a red face. Chobar is located the most elevated part of Kathmandu Valley. In Nepal language, Cho means above. It is called Chobaha because it is located on the highest hill. This word, Chobaha, has been corrupted to become Chobar. At the temple of Aadinat Lokeshwar in Chobar, a fair is held for a month from the Kozagrat Purnima of Banadasai. After the grand Hindu festival Dasai officially ends with Kozagrat Purnima, the fair starts in this temple. This fair is called Chobar Mela. This temple has an unique feature. Utensils are hung all around the walls of the temple. There are vivid and amazing stories of people fasting in this temple for the purpose of severing the marriage relationship as well as rejoining it if necessary at a time when divorce laws were not made in the valley. All around the temple, various copper vessels and utensils are stocked with nails. Devotees keep bringing such utensils to the temple in the memory of their deceased relatives, which has now become the original identity of the temple. Due to this temple is a unique temple. In Hindu culture, there is a custom of fasting to get married. However, fast is observed in this temple for divorce. If the husband and wife are living apart for various reasons, the final decision to reconnect or break the relationship is made by a fast held in this temple. This fast is also known as Maya Apasa in the local Newari language and Nirjala Vrata in Nepali. Every year, the fast starts on the day of Haribodhini Ekadasi. The full moon day ends with 5 consecutive days. Anyone can stay on this fast, which is considered very difficult. However, on the last day of the fast, members of the family have to come and bring them together. Among those people, some such women also observe in the fast who are living in her father's house due to the breakdown of their relationship with her husbands or other members of the family. On the last day of the fast, if the husband takes the fasting woman himself, the relationship is reconnected. If the husband does not come to pick her up, after that day, their married life is officially considered religiously over. It is culturally, socially recognized divorce in a way. After this divorce, both men and women get the freedom to marry again. The second marriage performed after this does not incur the guilt of the other party. Another thing, if the husband does not come to pick up the fasting woman, another man can pick her up at that time. If other men want to take a woman who is not taken by her husband and the woman also agrees to that, then the marriage is also legalized religiously on the spot. People get married with God as witness. Society also gives legitimacy to marriage performed before God. However, not all marriages are successful. Some marriages may break up midway. Aadinat Lokeshwar of Chobar is the only temple that provides social legitimacy to such a broken marriage. At one time, Kathmandu Valley was in the form of big lake. At that time, Bipasri Buddha planted lotus flower seeds. There is a legend that when Manjushri came to visit the valley, he pierced 4 places while taking out the water for human settlement. Local legend has it that the first temple established in the valley after the Chobar hill was pierced was Aadinat or Anandadi Lokeshwar. One legend says that long time ago, there was a great Siddha Guru of Patan named Varva, who is also known as Mahakaruna Varva. According to the legend, he taught many Buddhist masters from Tibet in Chobar, and it is believed that Mahakaruna Varva built this temple. This temple is very historical. Aadinat Lokeshwar temple has a history of being initially built in the 15th century. Evidence of how old the Aadinat temple is has not been found so far. The earliest inscription found in the temple dates Nepal Sambat 761. On this date, the temple was completed and the function was attended by King Siddhi Narsingh Malla and his son Srinivas Malla of Patan. Even if the genealogy is to be considered as a basis, it seems that there is a practice of taking a chariot from Chobar to Kathmandu even before the Jatra of Rato Machindranath of Patan started. Copper or brass plates can also be seen on the walls of this temple and the walls surrounding the temple. In the past, it was not customary for the goods given to a woman as dowry to be used in her husband's house after the woman's death. Therefore, things that could not be used at home were brought to the temple and offered. Then people started offering plates by bringing them there in a hope to fulfill their wishes. The temple management started nailing the plates that were offered in this way to the wall. In the temple where Aadinat's statue is now, there was once a statue of Vasundhara Devi. Vasundhara Devi's chariot was pulled from Chobar and taken to Kathmandu. The Jatra started when the chariot of Vasundhara Devi and the chariot of Setu Machindranath collided in Lagantol of Kathmandu. After that, it was custom to return the chariot back to Chobar. Once while returning the chariot to Balku, it rained heavily. The storm blew. The road was bumpy. Chariot wheels buried. Because of this, the chariot could not be pulled back to Chobar. There was no question of leaving the chariot with the statue lying around. For the safety of Vasundhara Devi, it was advised that the priest wait for the chariot at night and continue the chariot journey again the next day. But that night, a group of Tibetans attacked the chariot. Vasundhara Devi was abducted. Chobar's temple was not only empty after the idol was stolen, also the tradition of chariot, which has been going on for years, was broken. The locals were sad. There in Tibet, Vasundhara Devi was kept a prisoner under strict guard. She wanted to return to Chobar, but there was no turning back. And this way, one day, her spirit returned to Kathmandu in the form of a young woman. After making a long journey from Tibet to Balku, she could not find the way to Chobar. She started wandering without finding a way. A tantric found her in a distressed state and took him to Siddipur Thasi in Lalitpur. Locals established a temple in Joy where a new deity was found and made him sit in the temple. Neither the tantric nor the locals knew that she was Vasundhara Devi of Chobar, so got a new name, Anandadi Lokeshwar. The happiness of the locals did not last long. Anandadi Lokeshwar was displeased after not being able to return to his own place, Chobar. That is why Anandadi Lokeshwar spread an epidemic in Thasi. Crops were destroyed by hail. There was a famine in Thasi. The residents of Thasi got angry with Lokeshwar for spreading the epidemic. Finally, one day, the residents of Thasi washed away the statue in the river, saying that the statue were an unlucky god. We generally know Machindranath as the god of rain and season. But the story of this Aadinat Lokeshwar, located in Chobar, is that the residents of Siddipur threw the statue into the Godavari river because there was a lot of hail. There is a legend that after a famine or epidemic spread in Thasi, the local people there call it unlucky god, and it was taken to the temple of Chobar when it was found by a cowherd in Naku river. According to a story, a cowherd in Chobar was surprised after his cow did not give milk for a few days. He started spying on cows. While spying, one day he saw that milk was flowing from the cow standing at the junction of Bagmati and Naku rivers. He looked there and saw a statue. The statue beckoned its eye, signaling him to take the statue to the top of the hill. The cowherd reached the village and reported that the statue of God was found in the river, who has expressed his desire to live on the top of the hill. What was surprising was that when he went to get the deity from Chobar, along with the other people, the idol was not there. There is a legend that after the cowherd sought the place where the idol was found with a stick, and after pouring jasmine flower from above in Naku river, it was placed in an urn and taken to the temple as Aadinat. Aadinat's eyes are turned upwards. There is a legend that Aadinat's eye turned upward because when he was met by a cowherd in Naku Dovan, his eye beckoned that he wanted to live on the hill above. Until now, the Nemkul people of Thasi Siddipur have been walking from Siddipur Thasi to Chobar to worship from ancient times, wearing white clothes with bare feet, without shoes, and shaving their hair. Thank you.